It is time for the Community Insider, our weekly partnership with the Los Angeles Sentinel and LA Sentinel correspondent Judith Nwandu. Joining us this morning. Good to have you back with us.
I'm so happy to be back, Amy.
Yeah, it's good to have you. All right, we want to start with some immigrants. We're talking about Black immigrants that are being left out of the immigration conversation.
Yes, so Black immigrants, okay, about 1 in 5 Americans that are Black are actually immigrants or children of immigrants. So even myself, for example, my parents immigrated from Nigeria to LA in 1984. And it's kind of this idea of hiding in plain sight, but it's also a part of why they're being left out of the conversation with ICE deportations. So the BAJI, that's the Black Association of Just Immigration, released a report recently, and the statistics are so revealing. So 8% of all U.S. immigrants are Black, and yet 20% of ICE detainees are Black. So they were looking into why Black immigrants are being targeted here. And a lot of it is layered. It's connected to the idea that Black people overall have higher likelihood to encounter police. And, you know, this is think about driving while Black or walking while Black, that racial profiling aspect of everything. And so 76% of these detainees are actually in custody because of an encounter with police. And so Black Women for Wellness held an event just 2 days ago focusing on that, just trying to include Black immigrants in the larger conversation about ICE deportations and even the status of the immigrants in custody. So just thinking about how you're 6 times as likely to be held in solitary confinement if you're a Black trans immigrant in custody, or, you know, just some of that disproportionate, you know, marginalization there.
Yes, well, it's important to raise awareness about this. Next, we're looking at artists that are paying tribute to the legacies of Altadena.
Yes, so Ode to Dena was an event with the California African American Museum, and what they did was not only tribute to, you know, the people who lost their homes in the Altadena fire, the Eaton fire, but there were artists who didn't just lose their home, they lost artwork that they can never get back. And so putting this event together was helpful for them to celebrate them, to grieve with them, but also, you know, help them get back on their feet and raise funds for them to be able to get more supplies.
Yeah,
some of the supplies that they lost in the fire.
Yeah, you don't always think about that, but a lot of people lost a lot of money in something outside of just their home. It's their business, it's their, you know, their livelihood. So this is great.
And some really amazing artwork that they created that we'll never see again. But
yeah, it's tough to hear about. Okay, finally, something more fun. A surf camp in Santa Monica.
Yeah, so the Black Surfers Collective held an event. This was Saturday, June 7th at the Inkwell Beach in Santa Monica. It was celebrating Nick Gabaldon. It was a memorial for him. He was the earliest known African-American surfer in California. And then the Inkwell Beach has a history that I actually never knew about. So it got its name because of the skin color of beachgoers at that time. There was really one beach that Black people could go to during the Jim Crow era. And it was a perfect event location. 75 Black youth were in attendance with 20 instructors, and they were right there on the beach learning water safety measures and getting some basic training for surfing, and they actually eventually went in the water, which I don't know how they do it. It's so scary.
But it's a great activity, and thank you so much for joining us and raising awareness on all of these.